for this video, we are going to be making a spider. So we should need around 4 pieces of quilling paper. You might end up needing just 1 extra to make 5, depending how big you make your little, the legs. So to start with, we're going to start coiling up actually I'm going to glue together. I'm going to glue together 2 of my strips. So I'm going to put a tiny drop of glue, and then I'm going to glue together so it makes 1 long one of 2 strips. All right, and then we'll let that dry. Okay, so now I'm going to start quilling up this little piece. And this is going to be the head of the spider. So I'm going to put it through my needle kind of near the end and then start twisting and rolling up my paper. Once you're all the way done rolling up, you are going to squeeze and then pull it off and then let it expand on your table. Then, once it's a little bit bigger, we're going to glue this little flat piece to the side. So I'm going to put just a tiny bit of glue again and stick it to the side. Okay, so that is going to be our head. And then now I got to do the body. So that's the one with the 2 long pieces. And I'm going to start coiling. Right, when you got it done, squeeze and pull it off and let it expand. Ooh. All right, this middle needs to get a little help. All right, then I'm going to decide kind of how big I want my coil to be. Okay, that looks a little bit bigger than the head, so this looks like a good size. Then I'm going to glue my tail piece to the side of my coil. Remember, only use a little bit of glue. It'll dry faster. Okay, so now I have my head and I have the body. I'm going to make the body a little bit more looking like a spider. So you can leave it out as this circle, but I'm going to just take one side. So I'm going to take one side of this and I'm going to give it a small little pinch. All right, so it's going to kind of have a little different shape. Okay, then we're going to glue the 2 pieces together. All right, and then we are ready to make the legs. So I think spiders have 8 legs. So I'm going to start tearing this up into my strips of how big I want my legs. And I think I'm going to need 2 pieces. Okay, I want them maybe to be around that big. So start tearing to make sure they're the same size. I'm just going to line them up and then tear. All right, so I got my 8 right here, or my 4. So I did need that extra paper, so I'm going to grab, and I'm going to make sure these are the same size too. And just try and make them kind of the same size. Let's see, there we go, rip. All right, this one ended up being really long, so I might use that and maybe make some little antennas, or I don't know if they have those. Okay, so now I'm just going to take all my different little legs and I'm going to start gluing them to my spider. And I'm going to give them a little bit of a bend. So I'm going to kind of fold them in half and then glue. So remember, use just a tiny bit of glue. And I'm going to stick them kind of to this crease. For the top ones, I'm gonna have them bend the other way. So they're gonna bend upwards. All right, so I got one side done. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And just hopefully these will dry nicely. There we go. Once they're dry, I can kind of move them around better, but they just need to dry. Okay, so same thing on the other side. Giving them a little bit of fold and gluing. Remember, use just a tiny bit of glue. Too much glue, it'll take forever to dry, and your paper will start sliding all over the place. And then we also get our fingers really gluey, and it's a little bit harder to like move our papers around. All right, so I had that little extra piece. You can add this if you want, you don't have to. I folded it in half, and I think some spiders might have little, I don't know what they're called, little feelers up in the front. All right. Oh no, my little arm. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry, and then I can move it around a little bit better and change up the arms and legs.